She goes, my mom is Wonder Woman. And then the parent would look at me strangely, not recognizing me, and I would go, every mother is a Wonder Woman.
Hi everybody, and welcome to Moms Can Wine Too. Today our wine of the day is Jam Jar. This is a red wine. It is from Sweet Africa. Specifically, this is the Sweet Shiraz. This has a blueberry, a chocolate, dark fruit taste, and you can pair this with chicken, steak, garlic, shrimp, and short rib. And the bottle is gone, guys, because this is one of my handy dandy OG wines that I've had for a very long time. Somebody gifted this to me for my birthday last year, so I'm most definitely drinking on it, but I can honestly say this is one of my most favorite red wines. So most definitely rating this a 10 out of 10. Very inexpensive, and for my ladies that don't like the strong wine alcohol taste, this is your girl right here. Street Shiraz. This is the red. It has red. I think there are like maybe 3 different other ones. I could be wrong, but there are most definitely some other ones with this brand. So make sure you're paying attention to the Sweet Shiraz, and the taste is really, really great, real sweet. I love it. 10 out of 10. So hi ladies, how are y'all doing? I hope y'all are doing I hope y'all are doing amazing. Since I heard from y'all, or y'all heard from me last week, y'all, I'm tripping already, good lord. But I hope y'all are doing a great job, whatever y'all have going on. Excuse me, as far as anything else has been going on with me, I haven't been doing anything other than going to class, y'all. Going to class and work. So it's really no update as far as anything. This is my last week of class before I start fall semester in about another week. So I have a week off from school, trying to decide if I want to go home or go home the week after I start school, because everybody's birthday is literally within the same week. So I was like, maybe I could go home, spend time with them for their birthday, or go for a while when I go back, or while I don't have class. I don't know. I'm trying to decide. I don't know. Do I want to spend my time in Houston or New Orleans? Like, y'all let me know, because it's kind of too late. I mean, it's never too late to take a trip, but knowing me, y'all need to have hair done, outfits lined up, like a random trip, unless it's something calm. I could do that. But yeah, hopefully I have an update for y'all as far as next week. Y'all gonna see. Actually, the episode next week most definitely is gonna determine what I'm here or in Houston. So that'll tell y'all everything y'all need to know. But we are going to go ahead and get into our wine of the day, and it is co-parenting. Dun dun dun. I'm like, y'all, it's not. Co-parenting is really not as bad as it seems, but a lot of people have been asking me about it, asking about the journey, and honestly, y'all, this is still very fresh, very new for me. We are still on the roller coaster. We have not got off yet. Okay, not gonna lie, we have not got off that motherfucker. I think we still in the beginning stages of the roller coaster, man. So I'm just gonna give you my experience so far and my input as far as having conversations with people. Of course, I'm gonna be watching videos. I love to listen to see everybody's different aspect and perspectives as far as co-parenting, because it shows up very differently for everybody, and of course for different reasons. And before I before I even start to talk about it, I wanted to give a side note to those that are in a relationship, have a kid, or planning to have a child, that this idea of co-parenting is not for everybody. That's not how everybody's story is going to go. So don't ever feel discouraged when you hear, because sometimes we do hear those conversations a lot. We like to hear more about the negative than the positive, but we hear the conversations about co-parenting a lot, and it can get very discouraging. But everything happens for a reason, and not saying that that's going to happen to you. So don't take somebody's story and run with it that, oh my God, this is going to happen to me. No, it's not. So make sure you tread lightly with this topic. I just want everybody to be aware about this. What happens when all these factors come into play, and how certain situations just don't work out as well as they thought, as we thought they were. Yeah, but it's life. This is what happens. Take everything with a grain of salt. Not everybody does walk around with that mindset, but I'm letting you know you listening here with me, so we on the mindset together. Amen. Clock it and catch it. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about why co-parenting has such this negative energy around it. Number one, of course, everybody knows that emotions. The number one reason why co-parenting obviously never can work is because when people fall out of these relationships, they are not healing. They're not accepting things for what they are, what they've been, and what they are going to be, So when these relationships are falling apart, all disregard for the child goes out the window, and now it's a battle between heads, like whose head is bigger. At the end of the day, that's really what it is. Why people fight and they argue because they can't handle the fact that they aren't together no more. And if you are listening and you got to be honest with yourself though, if you are listening, you are the one that's causing the problem in your situation. You need to go sit back and go motherfucking heal, because it's not about you right now. It's about your child. And think about your child if they're young enough to not understand, you're blessed. But when kids start to understand what's going on, that's going to shape shift them for the rest of their life. And you want to shape shift them in the best way that you can possibly can. Not negative, like not seeing mom and dad fight all the time for what? Because they don't love each other no more. Like the love doesn't have to be lost. When you're in a relationship, it's more than just love. Sometimes it's more than just loving somebody. It is. It's very true. So having your child witness this, that shit is not okay. So make sure you sitting back and you going and you're healing before you making irrational decisions, right? So what I mean when people don't really understand the boundaries of relationships when it comes down to co-parenting is you are too in tune of what they have going on. I know y'all were together. We were together at one point, and it's very hard to go from that because we had a child together. We share our life together. We have to be in each other's lives for the rest of our life, damn near. Okay, so we have to interact in some sense, and it's very fresh. Like, I have to interact with somebody that has broken my heart, or if you were the reason for the breakup, or their reason for the breakup, or it's a mutual reason for the breakup, is you have to come to the realization that is not going to help the situation. Now, you have to decide whether or not that a break between each other is going to, no contact at all, is going to help you guys with that co-parenting journey. If that is going to help in the long run, I feel like you should do it, because it's a lot of challenges that really come with co-parenting for real. And it comes in stages because everything is so new. The first stage is accepting the breakup, right? And now I have to confront this person every time, because I'm not, if you aren't that type of person, I'm not, or let's say talk about me, I'm not the type of person to ever keep my child from her father. No matter what, no matter how mad that nigga make me, how many words he called me, how many words I call him. Like, I've never ever put my daughter in that situation, and putting him in a situation where it's like, so she keeping my child from me? Hell nah. And if a nigga ever said out of his mouth, he fucking lying. Okay, amen. Amen. He's lying. So that's one thing I never do, is keep my child from her father in any instance, no matter what's going on. So I feel like a lot of people use that as a crutch, keeping their kids, and then sometimes it's like reverse psychology, because the other party might even give a fuck. Like, oh, okay, bet, like, now you're doing me a favor. And that's where it does get fucked up on the child's part. It's like, damn, y'all being petty as hell, like, stop it. But being able to understand, like, okay, we are not together anymore, accept that and heal that, because y'all have to deal with each other so consistently. Y'all don't understand. I didn't think Well, no, because it's different for everybody, but I didn't think that co-parenting, you still have to interact as much. Like, you still have to conversate, like, check up. Hey, how's my daughter? How's my son? How's this? How's that? Like, does she need this? Does she need that? And if you're being petty because you're holding on to feelings about what happened between y'all, it's not going to get anywhere at the fuck all. Y'all going to be stuck in a revolving door. And that's why I say whoever is the problem, or if both of y'all the problem, y'all need to go ahead and heal. But listen, because I know y'all like, damn, stop spitting that at me. Da, da, da. It's not just about me. I mean, just me. I know it's not just you. Because sometimes we can be the people that are trying to heal, trying to move forward, and yet we are dealing with somebody that is evil spirited, that is manipulative or narcissistic. That's a whole different story. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think we're gonna touch into that today, because I gotta have another perspective when it comes down to that, because it's still very fresh for me, so having to read the room when it comes down to that kind of thing is that's a whole different aspect. I ain't gonna lie, we ain't gonna touch on that today. But yeah, being able to just heal and disconnect from what used to be is one of the major problems that comes with co-parenting. And like I said, if y'all need to disconnect from each other for a while, maybe have a middleman like grandma, grandpa, cousin, auntie, sister, brother, nephew. Let them do the middlemaning until y'all able to come and, create those boundaries within each other without the battle going on, right? And that's what I wanted to go into as far as really what co-parenting is supposed to be, is like the equal sharing of responsibility. Because like I said, if y'all are not healed, that's not happening. So now everything becomes one-sided. Everything is being built on emotions, and now mama is starting to have a harder time because everything is one-sided, because y'all can't separate y'all differences. Like, get it the fuck together, okay? So when I reference equal responsibility, it takes more than just financial responsibility. Like, if let's say baby's with you as mom all day, dad need to step up and be like, hey, I'm finna come get her, get him, and give you a motherfucking break. And that's what it needs to be. That's really what the real genuineness of co-parenting is really supposed to be like. It's never supposed to be like, oh, I'll just take them when your obligations, like not just when I have work and school, or have to handle business. No, sometimes I need a break too, because it's also not fair that everything falls on me when you are just out here experiencing life whenever you feel like it, because this is a decision we made together. I didn't make this baby by myself. You didn't make the baby by yourself. So it needs to be some equal amount of, okay, here, this day or these amount of days you're gonna keep her, or this amount of days you're gonna keep him, like, or even if y'all don't want to do it like that, because I'm kind of not a fan of that, like week spans or day spans, but I know everybody's situation is different, but I'm not a fan of it. I'm more so of like half of the day is here, half of the day is you, or you even mix it in, like you morning, evening, I'm gonna come pick up in the nighttime, like, that combination, mix it in, so that way she's seeing both of us during the daytime, and it's not like, okay, what the hell is going on here in her head, even though I know she's not thinking that she's a baby, but that's how I think about it. Because then now it's like, it's a loss of control in a sense, and balance in the baby's life, because now they have to maneuver being in a whole different world at large amounts of time, if that makes sense. And I think that's very hard on a child, but also I know everybody has to fit their own situation. So yeah, that's something that's kind of big and sticky for sure when it comes down to co-parenting, is that equal responsibility. But that's where maturity comes into play, and it's like, okay, but like I shouldn't have to, as a mom, we already have to take on a lot regardless, point blank period. If we really want to be honest, whether we are in a relationship or not, we do take on a lot, because mommy is default. That's sometimes what kids know, like we carry them. They've been around us for a very, very long time. So mommy is default. So moms have a lot of underlying responsibilities more than I would say the other parent is. True. So it shouldn't be a forced thing for me to have to reach out like, hey, like I need a break. Can you come get her? Da 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 da. I feel like it should just be a understood thing. Like, damn, okay, I haven't seen my child in this amount of days, this amount of time, and I know this was what her mother is having to deal with, so let me go get my child, or vice versa. If like, oh, daddy, he doing this, he doing that, okay, I haven't seen my child in this amount of time, let me go get my daughter. Like, it takes a lot of maturity to get to that point, but it needs to get there because it's going to be beneficial for everybody that y'all not walking on pins and needles when y'all around each other, because co-parenting is a relationship at the end of the motherfucking day. Whether it's not, y'all not together, because you have a relationship with everybody. You have a relationship with your mom, you have a relationship with dad, so why not have a solid core relationship with the father or the mother of your child? Y'all are family at the end of the motherfucking day. Just because y'all not together don't mean y'all can't be a family, right? If y'all follow me when I say that, just because y'all are not together does not mean that y'all cannot be a family. Family is unity, is love. Y'all can still do that. It's just y'all need to heal from what couldn't be. Take it down a few notches to understand that is never going to be that no more. Accept it for what the fuck it is and plan for the motherfucking future, because y'all got business to motherfucking handle. Point blank period. Like, it's nothing. It's too many side conversations that come with co-parenting that I really, really hate, because it's like people are making excuses when it's really so simple that people just not accepting the fact that you just need to heal, like heal from what went wrong. Cause now I say that out loud, it do sound mean for the people that actually had to be in serious detrimental relationships dealing with narcissistic people and manipulative people. It can get hard, but at some point you got to know where to draw the boundary and who to get involved. Sometimes you do need to get the courts involved because of the seriousness of the person that you're dealing with. But if you know that it just take time for that person to separate themselves from you, to go find somebody else, to just forget about y'all, forget about y'all and what y'all had, then let it be. Like, it's gonna hurt. What? It's going to hurt your soul to have to realize, like, damn, the person that I created this child with, that we can never be together again. Like, it's not gonna work out. It fucking hurts, but you have to realize that to make sure that it's going to work, if that makes sense. Because in the long run, is like I said a million times, it's not about y'all, it's about the child and what the child needs to make sure that they are growing up in the right headspace. And growing up seeing that mom and dad hate each other is not the right space for them at the fuck all. I couldn't imagine it. And that not only goes for the people that are not together. Don't get me when I say this, not only goes for the people that are not together, but the people that are single in a relationship. Clock it and catch it. If y'all understand what I'm saying. For my mommies out, my dad is out there that are in single relationships, marriages, that you are single in a marriage, and y'all understand when I say that goes for you as well. Is you just sometimes have to accept this is what it is and move forward in relation to the child. But that's not, when I say that, I don't mean to settle for what's going on. Like, if it's a situation that you literally need to separate yourself from, get the fucking leave, pack your shit up and get the fuck up out of there. But if it's something that you can weigh out until times get better, I say do that. But you know the difference when it's something that is reoccurring, that is never gonna get fixed. You need to pack your shit up and go. But for those that are going through rough patches, have some faith and heal it. And when it's not working, then you know it's not gonna work. You need to get up and go. All right, y'all, hope y'all was following me when I said that, because I kind of lost myself a little bit every fucking time, for real. But one of the biggest things that I know that causes co-parenting, right, it's not just bad relationships, it's just people outgrow each other, especially when they're having a child and outgrowing somebody. It does not have an age limit on it. At the fuck, I don't know why sometimes we do have an idea that even older people, like, when we get so shocked when older couples break apart and this and that, it's like sometimes people outgrow each other, and we have a bad fascination of settling for something, and when we are not happy like, no, it's not right. Like, it's not. I understand that we shouldn't give up so easily, but also when it comes down to older couples, like, of course they didn't give it. They've been married and they're probably 50, 60, 70 years, and all of a sudden it's not there. And it's not because for beneficial reasons, like sexual reasons or financial reasons. Like, sometimes it's genuine. We're not here for each other no more. It was never there. Like, everybody knows when you get into a relationship and when the relationship proceeds, how the relationship gonna go at the end of the day. We just kind of ignore everything, ignore the signs and shit. And that's kind of what happens when it comes down to having children, is when you in that relationship, you ignoring the signs, you ignoring the markings and the misses and the conversations that literally needed to be listened to and forewarned and flagged. We are ignoring those, but yet here we are. We've decided to have a child together, and sometimes it takes you to have the child to understand where shit went motherfucking wrong, right? So it's just like, damn, I have a whole different perspective in life, and nothing is wrong with that at the fuck all. I feel like sometimes we shame people for making decisions like that because y'all everybody's so quick to scream, oh, you should have paid attention to who you lay down with, who you had a relationship, who you had a child with. But it's like, y'all not understanding how hard it is to withstand becoming a parent, because it's a lot of I really don't even know how to explain it, because I don't want to say a lot of misunderstandings, because it's not true, because it's a lot of conversations that you should be having before you have a child, but it's like you don't understand until you experience it. Everybody is Lord have mercy, I'm getting too excited. But I know what it is. It's just everybody is handling things differently, that they didn't expect how to handle it, like something so simple as the newborn stage of not understanding why the babies are crying. Some babies are born with colic and the baby just crying, and yet think of a situation where it's like mama is handling it differently than daddy. Like, daddy is hands-on, he's trying to figure it out, he's good, but yet you have mama going through postpartum. She's building this sort of I hate to say hatred, but resentment towards the child, because now you have to deal with all this other shit. It's like da, 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 da. So now here there's a disconnect between mom and daddy, because they aren't able to be there for each other, because they're trying to figure out the child and figure out their own differences, with handling the child. And that's where the disconnect becomes in the relationship. And sometimes some people do not come back from that at all. It's like, damn, we've too far gone to even try to magnify it back from this. So it's like, boom, separate. And it's like, whoa, what the fuck just happened? Like, just that fast, just that easy. And sometimes I can say that it's something that you have to prepare yourself for, but yet there is no preparation for that experience at the fuck all, because like I said before, everybody handles everything so differently. It's just something so simple how you handle the baby, and I don't know, y'all. It's just crazy. It's a lot. Now that I think about it, it's most of something that I did experience. I didn't think I experienced it until now. I started thinking about it, but yeah, most definitely how people handle the baby is. There's so many different reasons why I would not want to deal with that. It's like, why are you so disconnected from my child? Don't like that. It's giving weird. So, but you wouldn't know that until the child comes, because yet during the pregnancy everything is so hands-on, so peaceful, so calm, and then yet here we go, having the child, and now we have to go through the motherfucking beginning of the storm, And then what else was I saying? Oh, expectations. Wow, that's a big one when it comes down to being a parent. That kind of is what I'm saying as far as like being disconnected from the child. It's like some people aren't able to handle that. the expectations of what it's like having a child, because sometimes we glorify having a baby when we're not showing what's going on behind closed doors about the hard times, sleepless nights, the constant battle of, are you doing that anxiety? That's a big one that most people don't acknowledge when it comes down to being a mom and a dad, a father. Is the anxiety of having a child. Y'all having to deal with, am I doing this right? Is she okay? Is she breathing? Is she sleep? Gotta make sure she in her crib, or SIDS, or is the diaper too small, too hard, the milk right, the fucking food, the temperature. Like, it's literally, if y'all see Inside Out 2, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. When anxiety was going crazy in the storm, that's exactly how it is when it comes down to having a child. And that can cause this disconnect as well, because now you are so pitter-pattered in the anxiety storm that you're not realizing, like, you are doing more harm than good in this situation altogether. Like, take a step back. But when it's you too far gone, is also hard to really see that for what it is. So I don't know, y'all. It's really, every time I be like talking about something on here, I start answering my own thoughts. Like, damn, like, cause it start to get contradictory, because it's like I say one thing until reality hits. Like, damn, it's a whole different thing. So it's just it's really janky. If we want to be honest, co-parenting is so hard, but that is one of the reasons, like, I mean, a couple of the reasons why sometimes it just have to be the last resort. Is like, we cannot make this together until we can, and sometimes when you separate, it's like, okay, the love isn't there enough, isn't enough for us to be together in a relationship, but it's enough for us to be a family, right? If that makes sense. So as we move on, for the people that want to understand how to make a co-parenting relationship work, my biggest thing is really just treating them how you would want to be treated, right? And I know that can be hard. I know, ladies, hold my hand when I say this, please. I know that can be very, very difficult, co-parenting with somebody you just got out of a relationship with, because there's a lot of mumbo jumbo going up in the body and the heart and the mind, and you are just not there. You're not wanting to give them the satisfaction of, okay, I'm gonna make your life easy. Like, nah, trust me, ladies, I on the motherfucking stand. But we have to get to that point to make it work. And I know one of the biggest things that comes with co-parenting, a successful co-parenting relationship, is making sure that there is a mutual showing of, what is the word that I'm thinking about? Showing of appreciation. Sorry, y'all. Went for a brain fart. But appreciation. That's one of the biggest things that go miscommunicated when people become parents, is that they're not congratulating each other for being good parents. Emphasis being on being good parents. Yikes. I don't even want to go into the definition of what a good parent is, but yes, y'all, I don't know, but showing appreciation to dad and mom, and that they're doing the good job, a good job as best as they can, really matters. And especially when it comes out to co-parenting, because it's like, y'all already got a lot of external and internal battles that y'all got to deal with. So just bite the bullet and be like, hey, like, I understand this is what we have to deal with, but we are doing a great job together. We making it work, and it's going to get better in the future. Having those great affirmations for y'all, because constantly having to say something negative is only going to be negative. So change the conversations, change how you're looking at stuff. And I know that can be hard when you're dealing with somebody you don't want to motherfucking deal with, but like I said, we need to mature, bite the bullet, and handle your motherfucking business, because it's not about you, it's not about him, it's about your child. Clock it and catch it, okay? So and another big thing as far as a successful co-parenting situation is having equal amount of control. And I know that's kind of hard, because me knowing that the person that I am, I know I want things to go my way and the way that I expect them to go, and what's in my mind is how it's supposed to be. Yes, I am that person. So when I tell y'all where mama says goes. It is true in a sense, but at the same time, when you're in that situation, you want everybody to feel balanced, because that's kind of where shit can go wrong. When people are feeling like, oh, you have more power than me over this situation, and then now it starts to get petty again. Like, nah, like, make sure y'all are laying it on the table like, hey, this is equal. This is a mutual establishment here. Okay, you have as much of input on the decisions that I'm making as far as my child just as much as I do. It's something so simple as what daycare. I just told her dad, like, bet I'm gonna go on daycare tours this week. So if you want to come, you can come. But it's not just me making the simple decisions by myself. No matter how much I can, take a grinder, take this nigga fingers and make some shredded cheese out of them. No matter how much I want to do that, I'm still gonna be mature and be like, hey, like, we got to do this together, because it's a mutual. I want you to understand this is what we're going to be sending our daughter, because there's only so much I can do through communication. Like, you need to see it for yourself as well, but I'm also not forcing you to do it. So just have that. Just make sure you understand that the control can be there. Like, I'm giving you the option, so it's up to them to determine whether they want to, take it and grasp it. Right. All right. So with that being said, today, y'all, I'm gonna leave it at that, because if I keep rambling about it, I'm gonna be here for damn near 5, 6, 7 hours, and I know y'all tired of hearing me. So we are motherfucking going ahead and get into our question of the day. Let's go ahead and get into our question of the day. Question of the day. We read a question out of our 3,000 questions about me book, because we are learning self-growing women and men. If you're listening, we are learning things about ourselves and to make ourselves just overall better people, because how can we be better people for everyone around us if we don't even know who we are? So yes, that's what the point of our questions are. So I read a random question, and y'all sit in it for 5 minutes, answer the question as genuinely as you can on a piece of paper. What else I tell y'all? Video diary. But I want it to be expressive. Like, I want y'all to answer it out loud. And when I mean out loud, I mean not just in your head. Like, I want you to speak it, repeat the question that I say, write it on the paper. Like I said, make a video diary, or even talk to somebody else about it. Like, if you're that type of person, you want to be transparent with somebody and talk about your question, go ahead. Because some of these questions are really not as deep as I've been pulling. Like, I don't know why I keep going to the deep questions for real. But yeah, so y'all see, at first I thought I was gonna go in order, but I'd rather just go flipped and flopped. Okay, so just crazy. Another one. Do I have a hard time telling people no? Now, I can answer that right away. No, I don't. But that was just recently. I talked about this last episode. That's crazy. But I most definitely just got on the wave of putting myself first, for sure. So now I'm not afraid to really tell anybody no, except for the charity case people. Now that is very different, because they got me the other day donating damn near $20 to some damn puppies. I don't know, y'all. They just be catching me. That's the only people that could catch me like that. But as far as anybody else, I'm not afraid to tell anybody no at all, because we are in a new era, and having to tell everybody yes is different, because we're just not there with each other no more. Like, or not at all. I don't want to say that, like, because that's bad, but I'm just in a different era of life. I'm in an era of understanding myself, and if I'm constantly giving myself to everybody, how can I understand me, So I have to tell y'all no, especially when it comes down to the littlest things, like something that's making me uncomfortable. I'm telling you no, like, nah, I'm not doing it. So that was short and simple, because I talked about this last week. If y'all listened to last week's episode, I must have talked about that last week. So yeah, but let me repeat the question for those that didn't hear. Do you have a hard time telling people no? So make sure you sit in that for 5 minutes and answer as best as you can. This is our first mini series about co-parenting. So if I didn't deliver today, most definitely tap in to another episode. I'm gonna try to keep it in the subscription about what episodes are going to be specifically about what, as far as co-parenting is concerned. So make sure, if I didn't deliver what I wanted y'all to hear, what what y'all wanted to hear, make sure you hit me in the email at momscanwine2@gmail.com, or you can even DM me on the Instagram if that's easier for you. And yeah, I'm really open to suggestions as far as topics is concerned, because I'm really doing this for y'all. Sometimes I do go based off of my experiences, what I'm going through at the moment. I like to talk about it, express it while it's fresh, so y'all could get real vulnerable emotions and thoughts and feelings. But most definitely open to talking about whatever y'all want to hear and what y'all want to listen to. Okay, so make sure y'all tap in. Don't be afraid to hit me, even in private. Like if you need some advice, any questions that you may have, something. Just anybody, hit your girl up. Don't be afraid to hit me up. Okay, I love y'all. Y'all are doing an amazing job, and I cannot wait to see it. I can't wait to see y'all next week. Oh wait, next week is our Wednesdays We Are Pink episode. Wait, is it? Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Sorry, I gotta check the calendar because I could be lying to y'all. Nah, it's the third Wednesday of the week. So not next week, but the week after that. So the 21st. All right. But anyway, before that gets get into that, if y'all want to go ahead, send the topics for those, even though I think I have my topic already, because baby, this shit needs to be talked about. But anyways, y'all are doing a great job. Thank y'all for listening today. I love y'all. Mwah. I can't wait to see y'all next time. Bye.